Let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go, 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 go! Six! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive, reminding you that buying a car is one thing, keeping it running is another. That's where Willis Automotive really separates itself. Their service department is top-notch. They take care of you long after you drive your new or used car off the lot. So if you need a new, used car, or if you need service, start at willisauto.com. That's Willis Automotive, proudly powering the Rush Radio Show. Good morning, everybody. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube this morning, go ahead and give this channel a subscription, give the video a like, leave your comments in the comments section, and follow us on our social media channels. Ross Peterson, you are not waking up in the Twilight Zone. You are waking up in a world where Indiana University is the college football national champion.
Fun game, and fun to see Curt Cignetti's smile at the end of that game.
He was happy. He was giddy as a schoolboy, man.
Couple steps onto that field, and you saw him kind of shed that weight and give a big smile. And I ended up I barely hung on for the final few minutes.
It was tough,
game.
Wasn't it? It was tough.
I was tired. I was super tired, but it was a fun football game. I'm glad Indiana won. I did think when Miami got the ball with, what was that, minute 40 to play, minute 20 to play, I had this thing in my heart of Miami's going to win this game.
It's funny.
And we're going to have to watch this. We're going to have to watch all these Indiana folks, because I felt like they didn't do a lot of I wanted to see more of the Indiana fans. I wanted to see more of the reactions for the people that were there, that were experiencing this for, this dream come true for most of us. And I didn't get to see I didn't get to see nearly as much of that as I was hoping, but I did have a thing. I'm like, this is going to end, and all they're going to do is show all these Indiana people standing there in disbelief and surrender Cobra. And it didn't. They ended up getting the interception, and it really fun game to watch.
It's funny that you had that thought. I was sitting here watching the game with Dr. Rob, and I looked at him when they got the ball back, and I said, that's a lot of time. Carson Beck's a really good quarterback, and the way Miami was able, especially in the fourth quarter, they scored 14 points in the fourth quarter. You're like, man, they've got a drive left in them. But they didn't have any timeouts at that time. So you're like, okay, they're going to have to manage this clock well. But I go, they're going to win this thing. And then they start with the false start penalty, and you're like, oh, they're hurting themselves. And then they were able to drive. I believe they were in Indiana territory when Beck drops back. And when he threw that pass,
the interception happened inside the 5-yard line, or inside the 10. He ran inside the 5.
But that interception, you saw the glimmer of seconds where that guy was open. You're like, oh my God, that's a touchdown. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's picked off, and you're like, holy crap, what a way to end the game. What a way to end the game.
Think about that left guard for Indiana. Big Ten offensive lineman of the year. He is an All-American and has that false start. And the second one, they're gonna hand the ball off and then take a knee, and we have none of that drama. And he false starts, little tiny hiccup, man. And then they end up not getting the first down. On that third down, they hand off to the left side. Black gets caught up and did you see him get over there and try to push?
Yeah.
He had to have been thinking to himself, I got him. I can't let this happen. I had that moment last night. They got the ball with a minute 20, whatever that was, minute 40, minute 20. And I thought, man, I really hope Indiana holds on and wins this, because I just want them to win. I see a lot of people with this in the chat already. And I said, I told you it would take 24 hours or less. The Curt Cignetti thing. I've loved it. I think a lot of us have loved the Curt Cignetti story. It's going to get old real quick. we're going to get tired of Kurt Signetti and the attitude and because as we've seen, and guys with chips on their shoulders, that's how that chip doesn't go away. The chip doesn't go away. He's going to continue to play this underdog role thing or this. I think
once you win a national title, can you claim underdog role? I mean, you've been elevated to a status now to where you're in a pretty elite group. Not saying they're a blue blood. I'm not saying that. You're still talking about one of the worst programs of all time, but times are different. You are now elevated quickly to a group to where you don't get to play the underdog anymore. You can say, hey, we have a championship culture. We are champions. But you don't get it's not poor old little Indiana. It's a great story yesterday. It's a great story today. When the season kicks off in late August, early September, you're now the hunted. You're not the darling of college football anymore.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen real fast. It's going to happen real fast. People will go. I'm already seeing a lot of it in the chat. Like, I'm kind of sick of Signetti already.
Well, his halftime interview with I believe was it with Holly Rowe or whoever the sideline reporter was. He was complaining a little bit about how physical it was. And let's be honest, if that was your quarterback, Miami beat the shit out of Carlos Mendoza or Fernando Mendoza. I did it again. I don't know why you're doing that again.
I don't know.
It's one of those out of Fernando Mendoza. I mean, he's bloodied. They tried to leave body parts of him on Hard Rock Stadium turf.
Did you see his arm after the game, Trav? Right after the game when he showed the turf burns he had on his arm.
I mean, they beat him up severely. But I have a lot of respect for Mendoza. Just what he was able to do. Go to that fourth quarter where they went up 24-17. I'm just trying to think 24-14.
27-17?
No, because they kicked the field goal, so they went up 24-14. They had 2 fourth down plays. It was 4th and 5. They complete the pass, and then he runs it in on 4th down where he went airborne, and you're like, dude, that's the guy I want on my team. That's a Heisman Trophy winner right there. I mean, if you had any doubts about him being the Heisman Trophy winner, you're like, oh, that's a dude right there.
First of all, and Herb Street and Fowler were going back and forth on it too, because Herb Street's like, it's the call. It's Signetti having the balls to say, go for it on 4th down. Let's take this 2 possession lead there was still like 6-7 minutes left in the game. There was a lot of football. I mean, how both teams end up getting a long drive in after that. And and Fowler says, I'll take the run. The run's fantastic. Mendoza is, especially because they were beating him up. He'd had a lot of pressure on him. He was having a rough game. Travis, he didn't have a completion the entire third quarter. Did you realize that?
I did not know that.
They came in the fourth quarter when he threw a little swing out on the left side. That was his first completion of the second half, and it was in the fourth quarter.
Miami actually had more yards than Indiana last night, and Indiana won the game the old-fashioned way, Ross. They pounded the rock, and they controlled the clock. They ran the ball 45 times, had the ball 36 minutes. So,
Travis, they won the game. They won the game because of a special teams play.
Yes, and special teams.
Yep.
The block punt was massive.
Yep.
But even for how physical Miami's defense was, you're on the field 36 minutes, you get worn down. That's a long time to be on the field. And for as innovative as we see Indiana, and they're innovative, you ran the ball 45 times, and you're like, just pound it. Pick up 5-6 yards a pop, and just move the sticks.
A couple of things I'd like to say. Miami's defense is fantastic. They look like an NFL defense, and that leads me to my second point. There is a part of this last night, knowing that Carson Beck hasn't been to class in years, will never actually be enrolled in Miami. Knowing that most of these guys, I mean, every time a guy makes a play, they're like, "Oh man, he was fantastic at James Madison." Oh, I mean, when this guy was playing for it, there was a part of last night that felt a little bit plastic. It felt a little bit semi-pro-ish. It felt a little bit Canadian Football League-ish. I felt like what I'm watching here are the 23, 24-year-olds that are the AAA guys. They weren't quite good enough to get into the NFL, but man, if they can just get a couple more years of refinement, they're going to get there and they're going to be draft picks. But right now, they're the best dudes available in that in what's allowed in this NCAA cloud right now. But I didn't try. It was the constant reminder every play. Every time they mentioned a guy, it would be like, "Yeah, he started his career over at Cincinnati. Yeah, he was one of those James Madison guys that came with Signetti." Which brings me to my third point. Man, there are some talented dudes not playing Division I football. We've said that when I started watching Grandview 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I'm like, holy cow, these dudes are insane. Like I go watch Iowa and I watch Grandview and there's a difference. There's a difference. It ain't as big as you thought.
It's interesting that you bring this up. I was with Dave Remington last night, and Dave, of course, it's the Remington Pace Offensive Lineman of the Year. He has the Remington Trophy, which Logan Jones won. Logan Jones and Kirk Ferentz are going to be over this way this weekend for the celebration. And they were just talking about high school recruiting and development of players. And I said, here's what's going to happen, guys. The portal, whether we like it or not, is where a lot of coaches are going to put their efforts. I don't think Kirk Ferentz will. He's still a development guy. But you look at what you just said, Ross, the development to get to Division I is going to start at the FCS level or the Division II level. And if you can prove your muster there, you're going to be given an opportunity to go to Indiana, to Iowa State, to Penn State, and then play your final 2 years. It's like a minor league system in baseball has started. Your single A's might be the Division IIs. Your triple A might be the FCS, and then you get to the majors by going to one of the Power Fours.
Would I have traded positions with an Indiana fan last night? Oh no, absolutely, absolutely. There was a moment, and again, I wonder if there was 3% of my brain that went, I feel like I'm watching like minor league football.
You know what I did, and I don't disagree with your assessment there. What I will say this is that you may have been watching minor league football, but it still had the college football feel of a game, right? It still had that college football. So it hasn't gone, and I'm sure it was really corporate inside the stadium. I'm sure it was corporate outside the stadium. But when you watch an NFL game, you watch the Super Bowl, you go, it's just a corporate mess, right? And I shouldn't say mess. It's just the way the NFL is.
Yeah.
College football with bands and all that stuff, and fans. I mean, you saw the Indiana fans there last night. You wanted to see more. You saw the Miami fans. It still had the atmosphere of a college football game with professional players on the field.
I didn't see anything, Trav, that said about I didn't see anybody on Twitter. I wasn't spending a lot of time on social media last night saying what the percentage of fan breakdown was, but it did seem like there was the majority of it was Indiana fans. I mean, hell, they caused false start penalties in the fourth quarter. And the delay of game was probably more of a technical thing, but they were loud. And then when the game did get over, I did notice right away, I mean, the confetti's firing off and the camera pans back and you get like that full stadium camera shot. Man, there were a ton of empty seats. And I don't know if that was people leaving early, if Miami fans just like got out of there as soon as the whistle sounded. I don't know. But that seemed odd to me that was the case. But last night, those were some of my takeaways, is that there was a part of it. You know, like yesterday, I saw this Jane Pauley video. Did you see the Jane Pauley video?
So was it from CBS Sunday Morning?
Yeah.
So
she's an Indiana grad.
Yeah, my wife and I watch CBS Sunday Morning every Sunday together. And if you don't watch CBS Sunday Morning, you're missing out. There's some really good stories there. But she did. It's funny. Anjanette goes, and she's not a sports fan, and Jane Pauley did her thing on Sunday. She goes, isn't it funny they give Jane more time than anybody else to do her Indiana bit? But it was really good because it started off by talking about the alma mater song and went deep in that.
So remember we had that conversation about how the Iowa fight song sounds like that one Christmas song because they were written by the same guy. Travis, do you remember the movie Dirty Dancing?
Yes.
Okay.
We're at where the summer's coming to an end, and they sing. They get together and they sing goodbye.
Remember how the song goes that they sing at the end? That they all sing together when they're up on the stage.
Do 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 do.
It goes da 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 da.
You just make up different words for the same.
That's
the same melody.
The Indiana alumni song is that. It's the exact same tune.
I think Kansas has the exact same tune. They, instead of saying for Old IU, they say for Old KU. I'm not kidding.
Join hands and hearts and voices, voices, hearts and hands.
But it's a good song, right? It's easy to know. Sure.
She even says, okay, hold on. Because have you watched it then, right?
Yeah, I did watch it.
All right.
Frangipana.
Thank you. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Frangipana, Argentana, or something stupid.
Argentana.
It is. And she even says, she says it, and then she goes, nobody knows what it means, but it rhymes.
It rhymes.
And it doesn't even rhyme.
Oh.
Frangipanja, Angitanja. Nobody knows what it means, but we sing it. Anyway, it was a really cool bit, and I am very, very, very happy for those Indiana fans. And I do think that it should inspire hope in a lot of other Big Ten fan bases. It should light a fire in a lot of Big Ten athletic departments. But the important thing to remember is there is a Mark Cuban at the back end of this. They didn't let you forget last night. There was two things they weren't going to let you forget last night. Number one, Mark Cuban wrote some big checks for Indiana. Number two, the Mendoza family really loves each other.
Yes, they do. They've shown mom, dad, siblings, hugging, kissing, loving all night long.
I didn't know mom was a D1 tennis player. Mom played tennis at Miami. Did you hear that part?
I did not hear that part.
Yeah. Mom was a D1 tennis player at Miami, and when they didn't recruit Mendoza because they lived in Miami, she kind of spurred them. Was like, okay, well then when they came in the transfer portal, said, hey, now we're interested. She said, no, you go recruit Carlos. You recruit Carlos Mendoza. Fernando's going to Indiana.
It worked out for him.
Yes. Yep. But I do think that expectations inside of these Big Ten athletic departments, new head coaches, good luck.
The bars, what you can't use as an excuse, and I'm talking directly to Iowa fan here. You don't get to use the excuse, well, you can't recruit here. You can be good here. You can't be great here. You can be great anywhere.
You can't use location. That's what you're saying?
You can't use location.
You can't use facilities.
You can
None
use
of these are
money.
excuses.
You can use money.
Money's the only excuse you have now. Listen, we've taught you've shared this. What did Brad Heinrichs tell us? Fernando Mendoza would have been who? Would have been what? A Hawkeye.
A Hawkeye. They went after him. They pursued him. I don't think he would have won a national title at Iowa.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think so either, but that's not a hill I die on. Or what I do say is what I've been told, at least, money made the difference there.
Absolutely, it made the difference. Money's going to make the difference.
There's not a Mark Cuban, and so it's hard that the athletic department's. I hate this. I hate this money part of this because I wanted all of this to happen. I really did. For years, for a decade. Pay the players. Let them make some money. Let them get out of their way. And then it just feels like so many times, man, systems work against the people. It's weird. Well, this is a great example of like college football is biting off its nose to spite its face. I see this coming also. That people are we are running out of money, man. people are tight on bills, things are hard, and then and your college football team continues to say, we need more, we need more, we need more, we need more. Do you want to compete? Do you want to win? And at some point it's going to break. And I don't know which. I think that it feels to me like the free market thing should kick in pretty soon, and both wheels should spin, meaning donors should start going, oh, there's not really a return on this investment. Okay, we're going to start giving less. Players should start realizing, oh, this portal thing, the grass isn't greener everywhere I go. I got to stick it out here and fight through some stuff because that's life. And I keep thinking that those are going to happen. Those two things are going to happen pretty soon. They don't happen.
No, there will always be somebody who steps up and says, I want to pay for a national title, or I at least want to try to pay for a national
Dillingham.
title.
There's always going to be somebody in town who wants to be the most famous guy in town.
And if you give me $20 million for 1 year, I can make you the most famous guy in town. But guess what? I'm going to need another $20 million the next year. I'm going to need another $20 million the next year, and I'm going to need another $20 million the year after that.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I need 22 next year. And then I need 24 the year after that. We got to escalate this thing because life gets more expensive. What do you think that all this stuff is going to be the same price in 5 years? In 5 years, I'm going to need 35 million.
So is it grosser than you thought? This is the unintended consequence. Is it grosser than you thought it was going to be?
All of it is grosser than I thought. Every part of it.
But you would rather have it this way than the old way, right?
Yes, I would. Yes, and I think that I think that other changes will happen. Again, I'm too much of a conspiracy theorist. I really do believe right now, because the NCAA still has some control. We still hear things about the NCAA putting their heavy hand on things. How has this gotten so out of control? I think that it's intentional. I think that the NCAA has intentionally turned a blind eye to football and the portal and all of this money stuff, hoping that Congress steps in and says, okay, fine, NCAA, you guys can be the monopoly. You guys can be the carve out in the antitrust lawsuits so you don't get sued. I think it's intentional. Letting NBA guys play college basketball, letting dudes that openly admit and laugh at the idea of going to school. Remember Byron Hanspard? Byron Hanspard was a great running back for Texas Tech. Didn't get to play in the bowl game. Why? Because they found out he wasn't going to classes the first half of school. And he said, "Wait, I'm gonna get drafted. I'm gonna go play in the NFL and do this thing professionally. It's why I came here to not to be a plumber. Came here to be an NFL running back, and I'm going to be an NFL running back." No, you didn't follow the rules, kid.
If you want to fix college football, it doesn't start with the money. It doesn't. And what I mean by fix, to get this somewhat under control, it starts with number of years of eligibility and the transfer portal. Meaning, and I know you're a free market guy, and you're like, kids should be able to go to school where they want. There's some truth to that, but you can't play for four. We have some kids playing their 7th year of college football. We have some kids that are playing four different schools in 4 different years. You have to get the portal under control, meaning you can transfer, but you get one free pass. After that, you got to sit a season.
I'd be okay with that. Yeah, I'd be okay. And I used to hate the idea of some sort of deferred payment for players, but I'd be okay with that as well. Some sort of carrot at the end of the stick. It's square one, step one, school. You have to be enrolled in school. You have to be maintaining a certain GPA. That if you're going to call this school sports, then it has to be that first and foremost. And that it seems like that we're so far gone from that of where school matters. And every now we say this stuff, Trav. We are really talking about a very small percentage of the athletes.
Very
small percentage of the athletes. To most of these kids, school does matter. So why are all the rules and all of the conversation about this very small percentage then?
Because they're the one that fire up and make our blood boil.
They're the
Because
ones
we're the ones who are like, oh, you're paying for a national championship.
They're the ones that fuel the money machine. Yeah, you're nailing it. That's it. Yeah.
Now,
I'm glad we talk about things like this.
In a Fernando Mendoza and even a Carson Beck situation, Fernando Mendoza had one he went from California to Indiana. That's your one transfer. If you want to go to a different school, guess what? You're going to have to sit a year, and that's going to cost you a year of eligibility. Carson Beck, he had the one transfer from Georgia to Miami. However, you got to be going to class. And I know you graduated 2 years, but there is such a thing called graduate studies. And you need to be pursuing a master's degree at that point if you're going to be putting on a uniform that says the U on it.
The U. What's the U stand for? Money. There's a little M in front of it. Money. M-U-N-E-Y.
And by the way, you brought up Mark Cuban last night. Miami's got a lot of money. They have donors that are shelling out a lot of cash. And you had a number 10 seed who didn't even win its conference championship, who essentially finished third, get all the way to the national title game. But to me, if you want to fix the initial problem, it's not the amount of money flowing around. It's the willingness and eagerness to transfer year after year after year to try to find that landing spot. That would keep more kids out of the portal. There would be a penalty for multiple transfers, meaning you'd lose a year of eligibility. And I think you just say, hey, you know, before it was you had 5 to play 4. Maybe it's now 6 to play 5. You get 5 years of eligibility because the more these guys are in class, they're only taking probably 9 hours during the first semester. It's hard to make that up in the second semester. And then you got to take summer school. I'm okay with 6 to play 5 or whatever you want to look at that as and add a year of eligibility on because, hell, with medical red shirts, and we saw with COVID, you could just hand out extra years anyway, so who cares? But it starts with the portal. The portal is the one thing that needs to get under control, and, you know, I don't know if they can do that or not.
And I don't know what that means because you want kids to be able to transfer. You want kids, because a lot of these guys also, when we say we're talking about a small percentage of the overall athletes, a small percentage of the athletes in the portal are actually trying to move up. Most of them are just transferring. And we didn't call it the portal before. We just called it, you're just transferring.
You're just transferring.
It's just transferring. And that happened all the time. And guys went away and showed up and were juniors. And that happened. And we didn't call it anything. And so I want guys to be able to do it, but I don't.
515-517-2303. Let's go to Brent. Brent, welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on?
Much, guys. I want to chime in on this conversation. As you guys know, I'm just totally against everything you're proposing, other than maybe the 5 for 5. I don't understand why this is a big deal for college football players to be able to move, transfer. I do think this should be restricted to end of semester, so end of first semester, end of second semester. But the regular student can transfer anytime they want, can they not? Why do we put a restriction then because you're an athlete? I don't understand that at all.
I didn't go to college. I'm kind of a dummy. Why? Maybe that's why I'm so smart. Is because I didn't go to college. Students can't, and I'm not. A student can transfer in the middle of a semester.
Well, you could, but
they can enroll for the next semester. That's what I'm saying. I mean, why do we put more restrictions on it because you're an athlete?
Yeah.
Than just the regular student. Like if I want to pick up and transfer mid-semester, yeah, right. I lose my first semester, but I can enroll in the second semester somewhere else. Can I not?
That's how that one kid left from Wisconsin and went to Miami, right? He kind of just said, "Hey, I'm a student leaving school."
Yeah, because they did not release him through the transfer portal. But that's still going to court. Brett, I appreciate your argument, and I think it comes from a good place. I'm just going to say this. When you sign up to play football, basketball, or any other Division I sport, you're signing up for something a little bit different than the average student.
A good point. Okay.
You're signing up for something different.
I disagree. Unless there's a contract. Why the kid from the one to Miami, I think he was under contract, was he not? That's a different story. He signed a contract for money that with the terms on it, then that's what. So I'm not arguing that at all. I'm just saying I don't understand why it's such a big problem. Why we want to restrict it more.
Brent,
If you would have told me,
can I throw
Yeah,
something in here? Because what does it change it at all if like, let's say it's a scholarship athlete, that kid doesn't that put them in a slightly different category than a kid who's paying to go to school? A student is paying money out of their pocket to go to school, whereas an athlete can't the university have a few different rules if they say, hey, we're gonna reduce your tuition costs, and in return for that reduce in tuition costs, we'd like you to hang out for the entire basketball season. I love the idea of tying this back to the school and I didn't know that students could just pick up and leave because you could enroll anyway. What about that? I do think that it's okay for the university to say, if we're going to give you a scholarship, if we're going to reduce your tuition, if we're going to educate you for free and give you the stuff that's on the end of the rope, you're going to have to give us a little bit of time.
I disagree. I mean,
okay.
I disagree. I think if you sign that scholarship and at the end of the semester you decide this isn't the place I want to be, or I'm not getting playing time, or it's not working out, you should be able to transfer at the end of the semester just like a normal student.
Well, Brett, going back to what you said, I would say this, especially at basketball, because your numbers are a lot less in football, but your high-end football players are at most institutions, I believe, are going to be signing contracts that are for 2, possibly 3 years, multi-year contracts. And I think that's what you're going to see change a lot in the college model, is that you're going to see a lot more contracts for these bigger name players are coming and saying, hey, we're going to guarantee you this much money for 2 years, but you're under contract and you can't leave. So I think,
yeah, no, I'm fine with that, guys. If it's contract, you're getting money, that's a different story, because there's a formal contract with terms on it. Now,
yeah.
What I'll flip that around. What's going to happen when you sign the guy to 3 years and he doesn't pan out early?
Well,
is there going to be any pressure on those coaches to try to break that contract?
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to try to push that kid out some other way.
Absolutely, and there probably will be buyout things in there, Brent. Let's say we want to give you we want to give you a 3-year deal, but it turns out if you suck, we're just going to buy you out of this contract, and here's what that looks like.
And you probably would have a player that'd be willing to that. You might have a player who says, you know what, I want to try my luck somewhere else. If you want to buy me out, go ahead. You're going to give me money, and I get to go someplace that I might have a better opportunity to play and succeed and compete, or I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, absolutely. Brent, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it. Hey, Brent, real quick before you hang up. Yeah, go ahead, buddy. And then I got one for you.
Well, one more thing. Again, I'm just going to go back, because all the restrictions seem to always be put on the players. We don't care if a coach picks up and leaves, right? I don't care if his contract is a 10-year contract. He's leaving. There might be a little buyout. I just meant, why do we always want to restrict the players? Those are the kids that may only have one shot of making money, too, by the way. They may not go to the pros. They may not make the pros, all that kind of stuff. Why do we want to restrict that? It's actually kind of exciting. It's almost like
these are the arguments I made. These are the arguments I made for a decade, Brent. Honestly, you know that. This is I think that the players should be treated a lot like the coaches, and that they should have that. But I also think when there's contracts, just like with the coaches, a coach wants to leave sometimes, but can't because he's under contract. So anyway, all right, I got a question for you, Brent, real quick. How old of a guy are you?
I am 54. So.
You might. Okay. Do you remember did you go to elementary school in Iowa?
I did. Yep. Down the Quad Cities.
Crazy question. Do you remember at any point in elementary school some dude coming and doing a yo-yo presentation?
I kind of remember that. Yeah. Well, I can remember a guy with 3 or 4 on his hand, that type of stuff. You could switch them up. That's some kind of weird.
Yeah, seems kind of weird now, doesn't it? Yeah.
We're gonna talk more about that a little bit later on in the show. But Ross just wanted to get a primer for that. I just
wanted to get a primer, and I just wanted people to put that brainworm in you. Do you remember, even if it's just this vague memory of oh yeah, I remember Stop, Drop, and Roll, and I remember this.
To the rabbit hole we are about to go down, folks.
We're not going to do it next.
To the rabbit hole. Thanks, Brent.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
515-517-2303. Hey, if you're looking for the best selection of spirits in Iowa, you can find them at Central City Liquors in Des Moines. because it has you covered with over 150 single malts, 50-plus bourbons, and hundreds of vodka varieties. Whether it's beer, wine, specialty spirits, or that hard-to-find bottle you've been hunting for, they've got it. Great prices, friendly service, and deals you won't find anywhere else. Central City Liquors. Stop by, and then you can raise a glass tonight. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat Norm. Norm knows football, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert.
Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
New year, new ride, and there's never been a better time to upgrade. It's the 2025 sell down at Willis Chevrolet of Granger with the largest discounts in the area on remaining 2025 model year Chevy. Get into a Chevy Silverado with just 1.9 APR and up to $7,349 in total savings when you trade in eligible vehicle. Drive home a Chevy Trailblazer with 3.9% financing and 90 days with no payment. At Willis Chevrolet of Granger, you'll find family-owned values, friendly faces, and big savings you can feel good about.
Hi, it's Noel. If you're thinking about popping the question, start with a jeweler you can trust. At Fiscus Jewelers, we offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, featuring stunning engagement rings and rare and forever natural diamonds, pre-screened with advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together, and our CAD drawings are always free. And when it's time to say I do, don't forget the guys. We offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Pump it up with Unleaded 88. It's grown by corn farmers right here in the state of Iowa, so pump it up with Unleaded 88. Go to iowacorn.org to learn more. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. Ross, the crazy thing is Indiana, because of the college football playoff, played 16 games this year. First team to go 16-0 since 1894 when Yale did it.
I didn't hear that. I never would have guessed that in 1894 there were 16 teams for them to play.
I know it'd be like Yale's playing like the New Jersey Institute of Technology.
Yeah.
Got to play Harvard in there.
4-0 against Harvard that year.
Yeah.
Right.
But so Indiana has, when you think about it now, the crazy thing is you have Indiana football with a 16-0 record, first team to go 16-0 since 1894, and Indiana is the last college basketball team to go through a season fully unbeaten, and that was in 1976. So Indiana We're not in the Twilight Zone. We're in real life.
Wait, why? And what am I missing? Why doesn't Miami have an extra game?
They didn't play in the conference championship.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, there you go. Thank you.
Did not play in their conference championship.
Okay. All right. In my brain, I was like, well, Miami, because they kept talking about that last night. Like, yeah, they're the first playoff team to have 4. Because if they would have won, they'd have been the first playoff team to win 4 playoff games.
Yeah, gone all the way through.
Maybe they were the first playoff team to play 4 playoff games. Anyway, words are hard.
Indiana completes the three-peat for the Big Ten. Can I say that, or is Pat Riley going to sue me? But the Big Ten has now won 3 straight national titles. Michigan 2 years ago, Ohio State last year, Indiana this year. When is the last time the Big Ten won back-to-back national championships?
You tell me. Not in my lifetime.
No, not in your lifetime. You have to go back to 1940, 1941, and 1942. Minnesota won it in 1940, Minnesota won it in 1941, and Ohio State won it in 1942. The last time the Big Ten won 3 straight college football national championships.
Think about what those boys went through.
During that time, they were happy they were in college.
Wow. That's 80 years.
Crazy.
Does it change any narrative though, Travis?
No, because maybe a little bit. I mean, I think it's gone back and forth where a lot of people view the Big Ten as the premier conference now, but there's ebbs and flows. This is going to go between the SEC and the Big Ten, because you know who's not happy about not being in the college football championship? You know who's not happy about not winning a national championship? The SEC.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're probably going to meet privately and say, this can't happen. Go find more money. Make this happen. Ohio State, already the too early, according to CBS News or CBSSports.com, Ohio State, your preseason number 1, according to them. Indiana was at number 8. And I'm telling you, don't look past Penn State. With that schedule and the number of players that came in from Iowa State to follow Matt Campbell, I think that team's going to be really good. Don't be surprised if the Big Ten wins a 4th straight national title. That would be impressive. But just a couple other numbers to throw at you to go, wow. But I don't want to hear the narrative, you can't do it here. Location no longer matters. Money is what matters.
Yep.
But you still have to develop guys. I mean,
people.
You can pay all the money you want. Indiana was a well-coached football team.
It's the people, right? The money you got. Man, we're beating a dead horse here, but it's the money and the people. You got to have money to be able to bring in the right people, and you got to bring in the right people. You can have the money and miss on the people.
And Kurt Signetti will miss on guys, and he probably has missed on guys that they were paid on that roster that you never heard about. Everybody's going to miss because you know what? They missed when it comes to money, and they're going to miss when it comes just to regular scholarships. How many times did you go, this recruit's going to change the world? Didn't happen. You still have to coach. You still have to develop. I always like that. Well, this is a developmental program. Every program should be a development program. The best programs are developmental programs. Great players from high school or wherever go to a program to be developed to get to the next level. You just don't get to be as good as you are in high school and think you're going to make it to the National Football League. You have to be developed. You have to, whether that's weight training, whether that's technique, there's a lot of things. You still have to develop players. You just don't get to go out and write a check and think miracles are going to happen. Fernando Mendoza is a better quarterback with Indiana than he was with Cal. Why? Because he had the right coaches. They saw something in him, and they taught him. Over and over. Travis, last night, over and over, every time a guy made a play, they would say, oh, yeah, all those guys from James Madison, they didn't overnight get a lot better or a lot more athletic or a lot faster. They got surrounded by the right people, and
everything else worked for him. Yeah. Anyway, I feel like we're beating a dead horse here.
So, are you ready for college? I'm ready for college football to start back up. I'm like, here we go, spring football. Here we go. Let's go.
No,
no,
no.
You need a break. You need a break.
Yeah.
But no, we do have college basketball. We'll talk more about Iowa State and Iowa, who are in action tonight, coming up in hour number 2. But you brought up the yo-yo thing.
Oh, to Brent.
Yo-yo.
Yeah.
Yo-yo. And you asked me, like you asked Brent, hey, do you remember this? And I'm like, no. But then I thought about it. I'm like, I do remember a guy coming to the school and like, I remember it more as a performance than I do like a speech.
Yeah.
And just going, okay, I need a yo-yo. I need to become like a world champion The best I can do with a yo-yo is make it go down and make it go up.
Dude,
I can't do any tricks or anything like that.
I tell you what, you got one step further than me because I can let it go down.
You can't get it to come back up?
I don't know. I feel like I get like one time where it comes up, and then the next time it goes a little bit lower, and then the third time, and then it's like it's just done. And then I'm winding the yo-yo back up.
And when you don't get any better, you know, a yo-yo can get boring real quick. It's kind of like the paddle ball thing. You're like, okay, all I'm doing is hitting a little rubber ball against a wooden paddle. That's all I'm doing. I know it's good for hand-eye coordination and stuff like that, but it's like, okay, this is boring. If I can't start, you know, slinging the yo-yo, if all I can do is go up and down, I'm like, okay, I'm bored with this.
So what got me thinking about this was our listener Chad sent us a video yesterday where a kid won the World Yo-Yo Championships for like the, you know, whatever, 4th time, or it was something ridiculous. This guy, what he's doing is he doesn't even look like yo-yo. It's unreal.
So does he have like a thing that's like on a string and he can throw it up, catch it, and do all sorts of things like that?
Hajime Mayura just clinched his 8th 3A World Yo-Yo Championship title at the World Yo-Yo Contest in Prague, cementing his legacy as one of the most dominant players ever.
Hey, Chris Conley, get on this. Trina Flack, get on this. We need the World Yo-Yo Championships in Des Moines.
No. You know what we need?
Put it in RFP.
No. We don't need yo-yo. If you're going to ask for that request, have you ever seen live darts?
What do you mean?
Have you ever seen like the English Dart Championships? Travis, it's like the waste management.
Really? Because you're in a bar, right?
They play it in a place like the Casey Center. And imagine the entire Casey Center acting like a bar. Live darts it's all, like the first time you see it, you're like, are they mocking it? Is this a parody? Like, are they all doing this ironically?
Do they do it in England?
Yeah, they go crazy. Dude hits a triple 20 or he gets a 180 on his 3 darts, and the crowd goes, and they got this. The announcers are all into it. It's wild.
So with live darts, is it like you reach your hand into a jar and say, "Oh, we're playing cricket. Oh, we're playing 301. We're playing 501."
I don't know how that works, or if it's different competitions. I think that this yo-yo story was crazy too. I guess I hadn't even really realized the details inside of that headline. Like when it says that Hajime Mayura just clinched his 8th 3A World Yo-Yo Championship title, that means there's classes to yo-yo. There's levels to this shit. There's levels to this shit. And Hajime Mayura, that guy is the best at the 3A level. He's doing these insane yo-yo. It doesn't even look. I don't know.
But did you have the yo-yo guy come to your school?
We did, Trav. Okay, when I was a kid, we had a yo-yo guy that came to our school and did the exact same thing that what you said. You saw it and you were like, "Whoa, look at this guy with the yo-yo. This is so cool." And it's the same thing. He gave some sort of speech or something. I don't remember the speech. I remember I wanted a yo-yo. Okay. Isn't that weird though that we had a yo-yo presentation in elementary school? So it turns out,
I don't know if it's weird.
Okay.
Because if you're in elementary, you're kind of mesmerized by it. You're like, wow, look at that. I could do that.
Travis, it was a fundraiser for the school.
It was a fundraiser?
It was a fundraiser for the school.
Kind of like the Scholastic Book Fair. You're like, hey, we're going to get a book today. Oh, but you're going to overpay for the book, and the school's going to get part of the book sales.
The school got a cut of every yo-yo that was sold through their presentations. The Duncan yo-yo team traveled around in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. They did a speech that was about, They did a speech that was called the Ned Mindset Mission. Never give up, encourage others, and do your best. N-E-D. And then they would do this amazing, guy'd be out there yo-yoing the whole time while I was telling you about never give up. Pew, 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 walk the dog. All these fancy tricks.
So you don't remember the speech. I don't, but you remember,
the speech at all. I remember the yo-yo, and I remember being like, I remember all my friends for like 3 days. Like, yo-yos. I'm going to be cool like that guy. Yeah, it was a PTA fundraiser.
Do you feel cheated now? Do you feel lied to?
Yeah, I feel marketed. Absolutely. They played on my emotions as a child.
Mind manipulation at age 8.
Came in today. You want to learn how? You want to do this? It's so easy. Just get your parents to cut a check for $14.99, and you too can have this piece of plastic and a string that never does anything. Literally drop the thing. Boop. The hell? Mine didn't walk. My dog doesn't walk. Guys, mine's broken. Every yo-yo I ever had was broken.
You've now gone to the back of my subconscious brain. I think I remember the yo-yo coming with like a how-to book.
Yes.
Like, hey, you can learn how to do all these tricks, and this is what you need to do.
Yeah. A book that taught you how to do yo-yo. Yeah, that's it. The Duncan yo-yo team.
Can I still go to Target and buy a yo-yo?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah. And we had a few people in the chat say, hey, I remember the yo-yo guy from when I was a kid. And even Jason says, and Jason went to a rural school here in Iowa. He says, my high school went through a yo-yo phase. Never understood it. It was sold to you. It was so. There wasn't some kid in your class that was like, hey, man, I found a yo-yo. You ain't going to believe how fun this shit is. That never happened. That never happened in the history of yo-yos being around. What happened was in the 60s, the Duncan Yo-Yo Company was like, hey, we aren't selling yo-yos. How could we get people to buy these? No adult wants this thing. We got to let's get in the children's heads. How do we get to the children's? Money. We call the schools. We say, hey, you want money? We'll give you some money if you guys let us have a bunch of money. They sold us yo-yos.
So they'd come and speak at the school, do all these tricks, and then you probably didn't have the money there that day because they got you fired up, and you went home, and they go, hey, you have 1 week to get your purchases in.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly how it worked, Trav. You already know the marketing techniques behind all of it. We went home, we were like, Mom, I've seen the future.
I'm going to be a really good yo-yoist.
Yeah. Who cares about yo-yo? Mom, everybody in my class cares about yo-yo right now.
In all seriousness, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
You would rather yo-yo than...
Ooh, it's in that hula hoop hacky sack.
It's funny you say hacky sack. I would that was mine. I was going to say I would rather yo-yo than hacky sack.
I'm not good at either one. I can barely hula hoop. Mahari wrote to me and says he says, hey, I grew up in West Des Moines schools. I distinctly remember this. I'm telling you, most of us, it's in your brain somewhere of like, oh yeah, the yo-yo guy came. Why did a yo-yo guy come to my school? Why did I take time out of class to go sit in my gymnasium or cafeteria and watch an adult do yo-yo? Because the PTA was cashing that check, homie. Straight cash, homie.
Instead of just having a bake sale where nobody's going to buy the stale cookies, they brought you in a yo-yo. They played on your emotion. You could have been a world champion yo-yo.
I could not have been. I tried. I have had yo-yos for about 4 seconds.
Now, has Audrey or Eli ever had a yo-yo?
No. So I don't know if I think this yo-yo scam finally died out.
Everything's a scam to you. Their heart could have been in the right place. There was a message to there. Never give up. Encourage others.
It was just a company trying to make money and brilliant sales tactic. I mean, brilliant. But it is funny to remember that stuff now and just kind of as an adult, like, how would I feel if Audrey came home one day and she was like, Dad, you're never going to believe what we did at school today. What? A guy came and talked to us about yo-yos.
Yeah, but if she comes home and says, hey, Dad, there's the Scholastic Book Fair, they're helping me learn. And you're going to be like, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And those books get used as much as the yo-yo does.
Let's go up to Clear Lake. That's where AJ is. AJ, welcome to the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on?
Oh, you guys are blowing my mind this morning with this yo-yo thing because I'm 54. Went to North Tama Elementary School in Strayer, Iowa, just south Waterloo. And, yeah, I saw the yo-yo thing and 100%. And I wanted a Duncan yo-yo. And I didn't figure out how I could never figure out how he did the triangle thing with his fingers and the yo-yo would spin in the triangle. You remember that?
Yes. How do they even? It's magic. Great. And you're a kid. You're like, I can do that. I'm going to be able to figure out how to walk the dog. I'm going to go around the world.
Yeah. Hey, Trav.
Yes.
Trav, I'm heading to. I'm on my way to Nebraska today, buddy. We're knocking out a hog barn in West Point. So,
West Point's a nice little town. I like West Point.
It is. It's really nice. Yeah, kind of hilly up there, and I go to the more scenic parts in Nebraska. There's more out in the northern part. So yeah. Anyway, but yep. So heading out. I just want to say that was. Were you guys like last night? I was watching the game and then enjoying it, and I'm like, I see this like, crimson color, and I keep flashing in my mind it's Oklahoma or it's Alabama. I look on the front of the jerseys and it says Indiana, and I'm just kind of like, what bizarro world are we in?
You're in the Twilight Zone, man.
Oh man, crazy! But that was just my 2 cents. So
thanks, AJ. Hey,
and then we're also gonna get fluoride rinse at our desk before we go get out of town today. So remember that too, sitting at your desk, and they come give you the fluoride rinse and you spit it out.
Did you ever have fluoride?
Okay, yeah, the fluoride. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yep. Okay. Have a great day,
AJ.
boys. See you later.
I love it. I'm going to the scenic parts of Nebraska. To a lot of people, that sounds like I'm going to the dry parts of the lake.
I want to take you through the Sandhills sometime.
I've been out there. I do love it. I said to some people, I didn't say that it was to me. That's not to me. I love Nebraska. I think Nebraska is beautiful. It's breathtaking.
By the way, you can still buy a Duncan yo-yo for $6.99.
Yeah. That company's still around. I just don't think they do this school fundraiser thing anymore. And somebody asked earlier, like, what's wrong with raising money for your school? Nothing at all. Nothing. And I think it's cool. It's just like the Scholastic Book Fair. They did come with a good speech and a message for the kids and all that. It just is interesting to me here at 47 to look back and go, I remember that from when I was a little child, and then see behind the scenes now as an adult to understand what was really happening there. Nothing wrong with it. It's just an interesting realization.
You would just want some transparency.
And
hey, we're doing a fundraiser.
And more important than that, it's one of those few shared experiences that we all have, where we just talked to two guys in their 50s. If you're from 40 to 70, there's a good chance that you had the yo-yo salesman guy come to you.
Hey, folks, don't forget to buy your Iowa Lottery scratch-off tickets. And you could join the frenzy. You could win Iowa Wolves courtside seats or a VIP experience with the Minnesota Timberwolves, including watching warm-ups courtside, plus $1,000 cash and a night in Minneapolis. How do you do it? Well, non-winning Cash Frenzy scratch tickets can be entered into your Iowa Lottery VIP Club for a chance to win. 2 entry periods, with the first one going on right now. It's going to end on January 16th. Courtside seats to an Iowa Wolves game or a VIP Lotto Zone courtside experience with the Iowa Wolves is available. All entries not selected as winners will go into the grand prize drawing for the Timberwolves VIP package in Minneapolis. To register your tickets or sign up for your free VIP club account, go to iowalottery.com/VIP for all the details. And don't forget about the weekly woohoo every Friday on the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive, and your chance to win a $90 prize pack from the Iowa Lottery. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
More Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Your vehicle depends on one thing every time you turn the key: your battery. Most modern vehicles have over 50 ECUs to run the electronics from your engine to your heated steering wheel. For the month of January, come see us at Willis Chevrolet of Granger for your free battery test. If your battery is needing replacement, mention that you saw this video and receive $25 off a new Sunoco battery installed in our service department. Don't get stranded this winter with a dead battery. Call us today to schedule your appointment, or you can schedule online at willischevy.com.
For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most, because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Willis Automotive powers the Rush Radio Show, and if you're in the market for a vehicle, this is where you start. New, used, or certified pre-owned, Willis Automotive has the selection, the people, and the service to make it so easy. How do I know this? I purchased my vehicle at Willis Automotive. No pressure, no games, just a team that knows how to take care of you. Check them out at willisauto.com. That's willisauto.com, and experience the difference today. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much for bringing us into your device this morning and listening to us. If you're watching on YouTube this morning, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and leave your comments in the comments section. And, of course, you can follow us on our social media channels, which would be Facebook, Instagram, X, and, of course, now TikTok. Just search The Rush Radio Show. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson, hanging out with you on a Tuesday where we wake up this morning and Indiana is the college football national champion. We talked a lot about that in hour number 1. And, Ross, I did a quick search during the break. Duncan no longer does the school assemblies, but they have programs that get you involved with yo-yoing. They're involved with scouting and stuff like that. So there's programs out there because they probably over time watched more and more people not interested in buying a yo-yo. They wanted a Game Boy. They didn't want a yo-yo. Where's my electronic device?
I remember at Hyatt Middle School, we had a yo-yo club. Uh-oh. I lost you, Trav. What the hell happened there? I can't hear you. Are you muted? You're about to lose your internet? Oh, no. Oh, look at this. So Travis is going to fall off for a little while, isn't he? Yeah, there goes Trav. That's all right. I'll hang out with you for a little while until he's able to reboot. That's funny. I thought it was me going on. I loved the Art Bell show as well. Rev wrote in on the chat how much he loved the Art Bell show. That was he did Coast to Coast with Art Bell. It was an overnight show. Uh-oh. Can you guys still see me or hear me, please? Rob wrote in and says we're both gone now. Oh, no. All right. Well, let's hope that you guys are still here. I'll keep chatting with you until we can, until Travis jumps back in with us. Okay, cool, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right. So Art Bell did that show Coast to Coast, and it was for the weird stuff, usually about ghosts and aliens and things like that. I loved it, and it was good to fall asleep to until you started actually listening to it and believing the crap that you were hearing. And then it didn't help you fall asleep at all. It just kept you awake and made you go crazy. So I still do that. I still do my own little version of Art Bell when I'm tired. And last night game got over. I listened to podcasts about the pyramids or conspiracy theories or just Egypt and ancient civilizations. That's how I geek out. The yo-yo thing came to me through a podcast I listened to that is called Decoder Ring. It's Willa Paskin does this really fun podcast where she does deep dives into kind of obscure cultural things. I've heard some really cool stuff. Like the death of the slow dance. Did you know kids don't slow dance at school dances anymore?
I did know that. It's kind of weird to me. Now, because you have to learn how to put your hands on your shoulders and rock back and forth on 2 feet, right? Yeah. I mean, that's what you had to do.
Most of us had to do that with like your sister or something about that. Like here, this is how you slow dance. You hold hips and shoulders. That's it. Leave enough space for Jesus.
Hips and shoulders. Going back to the Indiana fight song.
Like, Flag says we should talk about the tag program next. Did you have talented and gifted? Gifted and talented, Travis?
It's interesting that you say this. I did not. We did not have that. We had period 1, 2, and 3. And if you or like group 1, 2, and 3. And I was in number 3, which was the stupid kids. You knew the smart kids were going to number 1, but they never put a label on it. The reason that it's kind of interesting to me is when Greta was getting, my daughter has some learning difficulties with dyslexia, and one of her speeches when she was going to she went to virtual school in junior high, was how wrong talented and gifted programs were, how they created a stereotype and kind of a inferior complex for others, that people are gifted in many different ways.
Oh, because if you weren't in gifted and talented, you felt lesser than the kids that were selected for the program.
Let's look at my daughter. She's a gifted artist. She has a different creativity to her. That doesn't mean
but didn't test well because of dyslexia.
Yeah, so she wasn't in the talented and gifted. Well, okay. So I never personally had a tag program.
Okay. Well, there's a big conspiracy theory now about how the tag program is actually a CIA operation to get kids, find kids that are
meet a certain psychological profile.
Exactly right.
And I'm quoting Grosse Point Blank at that with that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, man. The Iowa State Cyclones are going to be home tonight, Ross. They're playing UCF. Again, still hard to say UCF in Big 12 Conference. Iowa State needs to come out and play mad because they've lost 2 in a row. They lost a game that's okay to lose. That's to Kansas. They lose a game they shouldn't have lost at Cincinnati. But they fall from number 2 in the college football or college basketball poll to number 9. So a 7 ranking drop, and they got a big target on their back. They need to dust off that rust tonight. They need to come out, play mad, jump out to a lead, and just pound UCF. They need to pound them.
When we talked about this yesterday, I got a really good text from my buddy Dan Douglas. Dan is a fellow realtor with me at Agency Iowa. Dan's one of the guys I helped. I was his realtor and helped him buy his house when he got out of the military. Well, when he got out of the military and came to Des Moines. And I did such a good job and made it look so easy, he went and got his own license.
He's like, well, if Ross can do this, I can do this.
I can do it too. Now, Dan was listening yesterday and he sent, because we talked about this yesterday, is this UCF game a must-win game? And Dan's a passionate, diehard Cyclone fan. This is what Dan wrote to me. From a Cyclone fan, yes, this is a must-win. It's a home game. I also want to see them start stronger and play better defense. He sent this to me yesterday at 11:30, Travis. It's exactly what you're saying now.
So he's fired up. His blood's boiling.
He wrote also in all cap letters, in all caps. I also want to see them start stronger and play better defense. But if they lose, there's going to be smoke signals from the brains of fans getting ready to throw in the towel. Again, hear what he says there. Not fans will be ready to throw in the towel. There will be smoke signals that you'll want to, because it's just the instinct of a fan. You can lose in Hilton, but not to a mediocre team and not when you have as much potential as this team does. That's a take. That's a really good take from a passionate Cyclone fan. Got to win tonight for the mental health of some things here.
Now,
get right.
I don't know if I'm going to say UCF is a mediocre team. Hear me out. They're not what we'd call a college basketball power. However, they only have 3 losses, and their losses are to Vandy, which just lost its first game last week, Oklahoma State, and Arizona. Those aren't bad losses. Now, they have a win over Kansas. So they have their 3 losses. They beat Kansas State. It's not a mediocre team. It's a good team. I don't think it's a great team. Ross, it's interesting. Is it a must-win from a NCAA tournament standpoint? No, right? I mean, this team's still sitting pretty well, even with the wins that it has, and has a resume that it can puff its chest about. But I would agree with your friend about it's a must-win from a mental standpoint, because the block of Matt Campbell leaving, the deflections of all the football players, you had basketball in your back pocket. It was like, well, at least we have basketball to keep us sane at this point.
Yep.
The last thing, last thing fans want is just to feel miserable and like lost in nowhere land. Like, well, we thought we were good.
Yeah.
How good are we? I would call it a must win.
Burger McChick writes in and says a slump buster is needed.
He's not wrong.
Do you know Mark Grace's slump buster story?
Well, I know the slump buster.
So a slump buster is in Major League Baseball when you're having a really bad slump. Mark Grace told the story on Jim Rome that the guys in the locker room be like, all right, man, time for you to go get a slump buster. What's that? Well, we're going to take you out to the bar and you got to take the biggest chick we find home. And that's how you're going to get out of the slump.
Does it work?
I don't know. So I hope I don't find out. Never been in that bad of a slump.
I want to ask Mark Grace, when you went to get your slump buster, did the biggest girl in the bar ever say, nah, not interested? Does that mean you're still in the slump? Does that?
And listen, UCF is not a slump buster. UCF is a good basketball team, Trav. You hit it on the head, man. Their 3 losses are to 3 pretty good teams, including their last one to Arizona, the best team in the country.
A unanimous number 1 at this point.
Yeah, so that's this is a tough matchup, but I think that everybody, and I've seen a lot of this in the chat as well. The home game, the students back. If you're going to show that you, Iowa State, are one of those elite teams, you don't lose this game.
You need to get that invincibility back. Meaning there was a time, especially after the Purdue win, where you start playing like you're invincible. And then you get punched in the face. And you're like, oh, I could go down.
Yeah, and I don't think they were playing like they were invincible. I mean, hell, I thought they were. I was looking at the schedule saying, I know they're going to lose a game, but which one?
But did you see them lose in 2 games? But
Nope.
Yeah.
Cincinnati one is a little bit of that. That's the punch in the face, I feel like, oh, hey, I didn't expect that one. Didn't see coming. 3 in a row. Nope. Especially at home with the students back, as one of the listeners pointed out in the chat. I saw that fly by, but that's that. So big game, and not the only one tonight.
No, not the only one, because Iowa's back at home, and the Hawkeyes are going to play Rutgers. Rutgers has some size. Rutgers not a great team. Iowa, and even during its 3-game losing streak, which they snapped at Indiana, Iowa played well. They played really, really good in getting their win against Indiana, and being at home tonight. I think they're 19 and a half point favorite over the Scarlet Knights. 19 and a half. Damn. That's a big number. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I'd be like,
what?
I think I saw that right. Justin may be correcting me right now, but I brought up the Gamecast on ESPN.com.
I'll go see if I can find a number real quick, because, man, that seems crazy high.
I had Iowa State at 13 and a half, and I had Iowa at 19 and a half.
Let's see here. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to get to the Hawkeye. I didn't have that one up here this morning. Hawkeyes Rutgers. Here we go.
Tell me I was wrong.
You are exactly right, dude. Hawkeyes are 19 and a half point favorites tonight over Rutgers. Rutgers is that bad? I don't mean that in a knock. I shouldn't say that like that. Makes it sound like I think the Hawkeyes suck too. I didn't mean it that way. 20 points is a big margin.
That's a big number.
That's a big point there. Rutgers is not good. They're 2-5 in the Big Ten, 9-9 overall, as you said. Lost to Central Connecticut earlier in the year.
Think about that. You lost to Central Connecticut.
We were dogging on who were we dogging the other day? We were looking at the wins that they had. This sounds like a video game. They've beaten Ryder, Maine, Lehigh, American. Lost to Central Connecticut. Did beat UNLV, Penn, and Delaware State, and they have a win over Oregon.
Everybody's beating Oregon this
Everybody's
year.
beating Oregon and
Everybody's
Northwestern.
beating Oregon this
Everybody's Penn State, Northwestern. Everybody's beating those teams.
I wouldn't touch that line, though, would you? A 20-point line in the Big Ten? No way am I touching that. Not that I bet anyway, but
right.
if somebody said, "Hey, you got to mortgage your house on this," I'm like, "Nah, I'm not going to do that." And enough space. I think the Iowa State game starts at 6. Iowa game starts at 7:30 on the Big Ten Network. So hopefully, Iowa State's running away with its game against UCF. Or we'll just do the side-by-side on the YouTube TV. It's the nice thing. You can watch both games at the same time. Just pick which audio will you want to listen to.
I don't have the PIP. I don't have the side-by-side. The picture.
So Hulu doesn't let you do that?
No.
Really?
No. So I usually end up like with the phone in hand. All right.
My wife thinks it's stimulus overload. She'll walk in and you'll have because you can go side by side or you can go four and she's like, how do you do this? I'm like, I don't know. You just you pick one to listen to and then you just kind of glance over and just follow the action. And if one gets a little bit interesting, you switch the volume and go to that.
Rob said tonight's Iowa State game is CBS Sports Network. That right? Yes, it is. UCF CBS Sports Network at 6:00.
I have noticed a lot of the games because I have the Peacock, but I've noticed that, and I'm not an expert when it comes to this, so I'm sure there's a lot of people. Like on the YouTube TV, there is the CBS or NBC Sports Network, and a lot of those Peacock games are airing on that. Do I need Peacock, or are all those games going on to the NBC Sports Network as well?
I don't know.
Because I was like, well, hold on, this is on Peacock. And if you're gonna simulcast them, I don't want to be paying for two things if I don't have to be paying for two things. I just canceled my Landman ended. I canceled my Paramount Plus membership. I'll wait till Landman comes back out. But if I can get rid of another one, if they're going to put those Peacock games on NBC Sports Network, I'm going to get rid of the Peacock. No sense paying $10 a month.
Fake Bob says you're still going to need the cock for all the different games that the cock carries.
Of course.
The cock got you.
Like what other games?
I mean, look how many Hawkeye. There's a lot of Hawkeye and Cyclone games.
My thing is, if they're putting those on the NBC Sports Network,
then you can see those there through your YouTube.
Then I can see those. I'm going to start paying attention to that.
I don't know. As you said that, I'm even thinking, I wonder if those have been available on my Hulu the whole time.
Yeah, because Irish Hawkeye just said all the games they say were supposed to be on Peacock were also on YouTube TV, which is.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, Peacock has 3 games at once. Guess what? I only want one of them.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I'll start paying attention as well. Here's what I've done. Just secret time. Okay. Bert Kreischer secret time.
Yeah.
I use my brother-in-law's login for Peacock.
Nothing wrong with that.
Use the brother-in-law's cock to.
No,
wait, no, hold on. No. Use login. Use the log. I meant use the login. Use the login. But then I log out. Then I'm done. Then I don't share.
It's interesting. It's like the more you pay, the more scientific they get with locating who's pirating logins. The cheaper you pay, like Peacock, because there's a lot of shit. Mary uses my Peacock.
Yeah.
Owen uses
it. Thing on Hulu where it's like it calls you out.
I don't have Hulu, so
okay. Hulu does this like little quiet call out thing. We go to log in. It's like, hey, we noticed you're not at home. Did you move? You change your home location? We change your home location to this location? You go, no, I'm adding a device.
I'm visiting. I'm visiting. I'm visiting. Yeah. They're all cracking down, though. But if I can get rid of something, I'm going to get rid of something.
Yeah.
Sammy says Iowa State played on Peacock last week, and I couldn't find it on YouTube TV. So that may be the case. That's why I don't buy a whole year in advance. I just go month to month. So if I just need to
you can bail on it
and bring it back, because I won't need it during the summer. Another scare for, and we bring this up because he's had some health problems the last couple of years, but Bill Self was admitted to the hospital yesterday. He wasn't feeling well. They gave him an IV, but he didn't go to Colorado with the team. Ross, this is getting scary. And you sit here and look at these coaches and go, is it worth it? Remember a couple years ago in the NCAA tournament, he didn't participate because he had 2 stints put in. Then I think during the summer, he had 2 more stints put in his heart. Obviously, to go to the hospital, you're like, oh, I felt this before. I better go to the hospital and have this checked out. Bill Self's a Hall of Famer. He's won multiple national championships. Doesn't your wife go, hey, these 20-hour days, the stress that you're under, the fan pressure, do you really want to deal with it? Is it worth dying over? Because the last thing I want to see, and it's a possibility, you never know when a heart attack's going to hit. Yep. You're coaching a game, and you just drop over. And I'm like, you'd think somebody would pull them aside, hey, we know you have a lifetime contract. You've done everything you can here. You've won, but your health is what matters the most. What drives these competitors? And we see it with athletes, we see it in coaches, to go, yeah, I'm going to keep going.
What a great question. Okay, let's think about what drives these guys, because it's something completely different than any of us have, or otherwise we'd be there. I think of that Kirk Ferentz line all the time. Coach, what are you going to do when you retire? I don't know. Maybe be an offensive line coach. You're never retiring. You don't. There's something different, man. Like, I have a feeling, and I'm just going to spitball on this and think out loud for a minute. I have a feeling that Bill Self is one of those guys that if you said, hey, let's go sit on the beach, he'd go, okay, then what? Well, we're going to enjoy our time. I can sit there for 3 seconds before I'm going to stand up and go, okay, what's next? What are we doing? Let's go.
And it's different we than all you and
project,
I, right?
Yeah, we all project what we would want to do. We all go, man, if I had the money, if I had that millions, if I had that generational wealth that Bill Self has obviously accumulated, if I had these $1 million homes, and if I had I'd be sitting in Cabo, baby. That's why you're not the head coach of Kansas, and that's why again, for all of us.
Yeah, but there's a difference in hear me out. Like, I'm going to be 55 or 56 this year, right? I mean, I am now 10 years away from official retirement age. When I do retire, I'm not going to retire, but I'm going to do something that is stress. You're going to see me at Home Depot being a greeter, okay? I mean, I'm not joking. I'm going to be doing this every morning with you. Then I'm going to go to Home Depot and say, hey, welcome to Home Depot. Can I help you find the hammer? Bill Self can say, hey, I'm not going to coach, but I can do television. I can get on the speaking circuit. You can stay active. You can stay busy and with a lot less stress-free.
Amen. And I think that's got it. But you ask what drives him, man, something different. There's a competitive, there's nothing to prove to anybody. As you said, he's a Hall of Famer. You're not, it's the old Rudy speech. Prove what? You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And maybe he's still trying to prove something to himself. Bill Self. Him.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, thanks. Maybe he's still trying, but I don't know. It's something different that drives him.
515-517-2303. Booker, welcome to the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on, Booker?
Hey, what's up, guys? Love your show.
Thank you, buddy.
Book.
Hey, speaking of health issues, I just wondered if anybody's checked on Derek from New Sharon lately. Because, man, that guy's had a rough month. His coach leaves, his team leaves. The men's basketball's lost 2 in a row. The women's basketball can't even find the hoop anymore. I haven't heard from Derek in a while. I hope that guy's doing all right. I mean, he drinks a case of Busch Light a day and smokes a carton of Heaters. I don't think he exercises much, and his diet probably isn't very good. I'm worried about the guy.
There'll be a lot of people who disagree with you if they're worried about him, but there is something kind of repetitive about, okay, Derek's still, he's there. He has disappeared. Maybe he's not getting break time at the same time. Maybe they're having cutbacks on the forklift operation. I don't know. We have not heard from him at all. And so I don't know where Derek is. But, Booker, he's kind of like Beetlejuice. You say his name 3 times.
There's a very good
may
chance
pop
we're going to
up.
hear from him real soon here. Right,
Yes.
right.
Hey, did you guys happen to catch that story about Holly Rowe in last night's football game?
No.
No.
I saw she had chalk on her hand.
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting
So
story, the spray paint stuff.
So the running back for Miami, that Mark Fletcher Jr., Holly Rowe sent out a tweet about what a first-class gentleman he was and a class act. And about 2 minutes later, after she sent out that tweet, catches him getting in a fist fight with one of the Indiana defensive ends. He's over there throwing haymakers. Like 2 minutes after she sent that tweet out, it was hilarious.
That's great.
You just make that shit up, man. All right, you guys
That's
have
great.
a good day. I got to get back to work.
See you,
Thanks, Booker. Appreciate it.
There he brings up the Iowa State women after a 14-0 start. They lost that game to Baylor. That one didn't seem so bad. I mean, Baylor was ranked and a really good team. The Cincinnati loss was alarming. Like, oh, wait, that's 2 in a row. Cincinnati's not a great team. And now, since then, West Virginia, Colorado, they lose to Oklahoma State, 86-58.
Wow.
So it's been tough,
man.
Tough times, man. Yeah. Tough when it falls apart like that and you feel like the wheels are coming off the cart and you were doing so well. You had all this national attention. So tough one for our buddy Coach Fenley.
Crack open your favorite Coca-Cola, Sprite, Dasani, Powerade, or Body Armor today. The ones you love are delivered right here in Iowa and surrounding areas by Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company, keeping your thirst refreshed every single day. That's the Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most, because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Rain, sleet, or snow, be ready for winter. Hi, I'm Josh Romick, Service Manager at Willis Lexus. I want to share with you our great service special now through February. Get up to a 15% discount on select services and repairs with a maximum of up to $300. Come see us at Willis Lexus to take advantage of this great deal. Stay warm, and thanks for watching.
Fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiscus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Largest selection of German beer in the world, you'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner at Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. Whoop. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Happy New Year for myself and everyone else over here at Willis Volvo. My New Year's resolution this year is to take better care of my car, and that starts with an oil change. You can come on down for $25 off your service. Visit us online at willisvolvocars.com or give us a call to get scheduled.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Oh, we got a surprise for you. You know, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And Noel Fiskus from Fiskus Jewelers, he's got a good idea. He wants to keep your lady happy. And he doesn't want you to spend any money. That's right. He doesn't want you.
Well, hold on.
Well, he does. He does. He doesn't want one person to spend money. But we got a great giveaway coming up. We'll have details on how we're going to do it. But just keep this in the back of your mind, folks. We're going to be giving away a set of diamond earrings valued at $700, 1 carat total weight, 24 karat gold for Valentine's Day. We're less than a month away from the big day. Okay? And if you don't win these earrings are also going to be on sale during Valentine's Day for $500.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you're going to get $200 off if you don't win. But we want to give them away before Valentine's Day so you can pick them up before Valentine's Day and take your lady out to dinner and say, I love you. And there's no place better to say I love you than Fiskus Jewelers.
She's going to say, oh, my God, are you proposing? And you go, well, earring.
Yes. When I want my engagement ring, I'm going to go back to Fiskus Jewelers.
Yeah.
Now, you may have to say, of course, Valentine's Day is to say I love you. Some of you may have to go, I love you, and I'm sorry. And here are your earrings. Yeah. But
I like it.
Thank you.
Thanks to Fiskus.
Yeah, that's awesome. And looking forward to giving those away. We'll tell you how probably starting next week, and we'll get people entered. And you could have a 1 carat total weight earrings with 14 karat gold. Your woman's gonna love you.
I don't understand the carat thing, but I know that I know.
Maybe we should have Noel on to explain what a carat is.
This is why you get experts.
Because when my mom died, she had all these. She had like her wedding ring and some bands, and I took them to the pawn shop. I just wanted to see what everything was worth. And Ross, the gold was worth way more than the stones.
Really?
They're like, we want the gold.
So I want where to go at.
Yeah, they wanted the gold. And they're like, oh, this is and there's different levels to gold, right? Well, this has so much in it. This has so much in it. There was one, they're like, we want this one. And then I told my brothers that, and they're like, one brother's like, I want to buy it. I'm like, go ahead, you can buy it. I don't care. I'm just gonna take it off your check when I pay you out. Were you surprised yesterday? I was. Sean McDermott fired by the Buffalo Bills. You get beat in the AFC divisional game. It wasn't your fault. You've been there 9 years. I think a lot of people were taken back by Sean McDermott getting fired.
Yeah.
Or maybe we shouldn't be surprised at anything anymore.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. But, man, you never know what's happening behind the scenes. You never know what sort of personality conflicts there are. What is success, though? Man,
a Super Bowl.
That must be what is Buffalo. Is Buffalo in a position to have that sort of expectation? Again, we know very little of what happened. There's maybe something personal that happened, or maybe there's something else. I don't imagine it's performance based.
Or you just reach a point where, have you reached a plateau? You're going into a new stadium. You've got Josh Allen, who's 29 years old. The runway is going to start getting shorter for him. There's a limited opportunity with a franchise quarterback to seal the deal. You have not been able to get him to the Super Bowl. You just go, you know what? I don't know if it's going to get any better. Is this as good as it gets with him? And can I make it better with somebody else?
Or do they really want Mike Tomlin or John Harbaugh in there?
Well, John Harbaugh's going to the Giants.
Going to the Giants, right.
But if you're going to go after Mike Tomlin, you're going to have to either pay for him or give up draft picks.
That's right. Because you got to buy him out of the. That's right.
You're going to have to buy him out. I mean, there's a head coach now going, oh, I get to walk in to have Josh Allen as my quarterback?
That's a good team. You're a really good team there.
And a really bad call.
Brian says this is 100% performance related. Says he has Josh Allen, hasn't gotten a Super Bowl. This is 100% performance related. Man. Is Buffalo that good that their expectation can be? I mean, let's be honest. It wasn't even Super Bowl or bust. They didn't get to the conference champion. They didn't get to the conference championship.
If that interception goes a different way, we're having a completely different conversation. And that's what he's thinking. A play that wasn't even reviewed, that was a non-interception in the game right after theirs, but an interception in theirs.
Think about that.
You're like, what the hell? Now, there are jobs open. Good chance he's going to land with another team.
Yeah. Great coach.
Yeah. Miami has hired Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers, to be.
They got Jeff Hafley. They landed him.
Robert Saleh is back in a head coaching position. He's going to take over the Titans. Just recycle, baby.
That's right.
Once a coach, always a coach. You either have to be the hot coordinator, or has he coached an NFL team before? Now, Robert Saleh did a great job with the 49ers defense this year. And the problem at the Jets, I don't think, were his problem. The Jets are just a dumpster fire of a franchise. You're thinking, well, we're a different franchise. We're going to get different results. And he might be right in that.
Wait and see. All of these.
McDermott, the only coach to win 8 playoff games without a Super Bowl appearance. And at the end of the day, the end goal is the playoffs or the Super Bowl. That is the end goal. And if you find, we could go back in time and say, what are coaches that consistently win? Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, just recently, who are always in the mix, get to the playoffs. But sooner or later, the longer you go without a championship, they're like, we're not going anywhere. We're stuck in neutral.
Do you feel that way about the Bills? Do you think the Bills are stuck? I mean, I know that they haven't reached the mountaintop. I get that, and Brian is right. They are running out of time. The Josh Allen window. I don't know if he's at the top of his career. He's there. He's near that right now.
Yeah,
right? And you're going to start to crest that hill soon. You don't have the window won't last forever with Josh Allen. You probably have a bit
3 more years of quality Josh
really
Allen.
Good, yeah, I mean, I think you have a Ben Roethlisberger type of. I mean, he's such a big lumbering guy, and he's still got a cannon of an arm, so
can run.
He's going to be able to, even when his legs start to break down, his knees and joints get bad, he'll be able to sit back in the pocket and sling it for a few more years after that. Not the Roethlisberger type career. He hasn't had the Roethlisberger success yet, and that's what the Bills want. Is they need.
Can you imagine if Iowa ran like that? I mean, Kirk Ferentz been there 27 years. No national championships, no college football playoff appearances.
You have a lot of people that
on board with that.
Say that you have a lot of people that look at that on both ends of the telescope. There's a lot of people look at that and go, get rid of the guy. He hasn't actually won anything. And you have a lot of people look at it and go, how amazing that this guy's won as much as he has at Iowa for as long as he has.
And that's where the narrative, what we talked about in hour number 1, is going to change. You've won as much as you had at Iowa. Well, that narrative is not going to fit anymore. The narrative is, I mean, Iowa needs to, once this goes to 16, and if it goes to 24 teams, Iowa needs to consistently be in the hunt for a college football playoff spot and in the college football playoffs.
Dude, I want to share this comment from Cole on X. This is fascinating. This will be the first coaching search that the Steelers can use an iPhone during their search. The iPhone wasn't around the last time that the Steelers hired a head coach.
It would have been, 2007 with Mike Tomlin?
I've been right about it. That's a good one, Cole. Thank you. Think about when Beth Getz goes to hire a new football coach, some of the stuff we'll be able to pull up.
Yeah, what wasn't around in 1999?
Oh.
I know it was around, but the internet's completely different than it was in 1999 because you had to dial in on a modem and.
That was the worst sound effect I've ever heard.
Gee, thanks, Ross. Appreciate it. YouTube was not around in 1999.
I didn't know that YouTube was started as a dating site. Did you know that?
No, I just thought it was two guys in a garage that figured out how to upload videos to a server.
It was a group of guys in a apartment that figured out, and the very first video that was loaded was a guy at a zoo. One of the guys that was the creators, like they filmed him walking around the zoo and put that up on YouTube. But it was initially designed to be a dating site.
Kind of like, hi, I'm Travis.
Video, yeah.
Then they realize, nah, creepy things like Tinder work better because you can lie about yourself on Tinder. Not that I would know, but you can't put up fake photos.
Not that I would know.
I've never. Have you ever used Tinder?
No.
I mean, I'm freaking married.
I've never been on any dating site. I've never, no. Thank God. Seems awful. Every story you hear from every person is like, oh, it's awful. Every now and again, you got a guy that's like, yeah, I get laid. You're like, oh, that sounds fun, but what about the awful parts?
Cole also throws in there, the Jets have had the same amount of coaches since COVID as the Steelers have had since 1969.
Who did we go through the other day? The Raiders? The Raiders have had a shit ton. They've churned and
Browns
burned.
have had, there's been a lot of coaches.
That's why this Bills thing, man, I just feel like maybe we'll learn more. The fact that it would be performance-based, who are you going to bring in? What's your expectation? Your expectation is obviously to win the Super Bowl. So that you've made that very clear now. That's what success looks like, and that's what keeping your job is going to require. But
yeah, because as an interview, you can't say, "Hey, here's my path to the Super Bowl. Here's where we're." If you're walking to the Browns right now, you need like a 3 to 4 year plan. You walk in, and the president and GM say, "Hey, your first. There is no. We're going 0 to 100 right now. The goal is to win the Super Bowl." Not in 3 years.
Next year.
Next year. You have everything in place to win the Super Bowl.
And the Bills do. They're that good of a team. Who's out there, Travis? Who legitimately? We can't be talking about a large group of names to say, all right, who can win the Super Bowl 1 year from today? And doesn't have a job right now.
This name gets thrown out there all the time. Gets thrown out for college jobs, NFL jobs. A lot of people want John Gruden back in the National Football League. I get it, but what's the deal with Gruden?
I see a couple people have mentioned his name now. Okay.
Is it his personality? Is it Barstool pumping him up? I'm just trying to figure out why all the Gruden love.
He's a media darling right now. I'm not huge on Gruden, but
I never fell for it either.
Guy's a good coach, but I'm not.
Bill Belichick leaves North Carolina. Somebody said that. Sammy said that.
I would love to know. I would love to know who people think would be a good fit. Again, who can win the Super Bowl next year? What coach you hire and everybody and the entire Bills Mafia goes, oh yeah, oh duh, we should have known. You hire Urban Meyer. Hell, Nick Saban's available.
He can win a Super Bowl.
Neither one of those guys. When I say either one of those names, you don't go, oh yeah. Mike Tomlin?
Justin, what's going on, man? You're loud. Just pot your mic down a little bit.
Is that better?
Goodness. Oh, it's annoying.
Hear all the background noise in your apartment.
I just meant his face. Not the sound so much as his face.
Does Megan ever walk out of the bedroom and say, do we have to have all that crap up behind you?
Yeah. She really hates the pennants. She hates the retro Seahawks pennants, my Drake one. She though does like the jerseys because I got a signed Steve Largent one too.
She likes you wearing the jerseys with other men's name on the back, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Courtney found some of my old pennants the other night in the attic and pulled. Dude, I have this old Bo Jackson pennant that's super cool. Yeah, I have some neat ones. I have my Iowa Oaks pennant here.
Pennants are interesting. Now, this is where my snobbiness comes in. I would never just hang a pennant up. I would get it framed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, that's pretty cool, Ross. I like that one.
That's really cool.
Bo Jackson one?
I don't have the Bo Jackson one with me. I'll see if I can get it. But I have a stack of them here. Look at got a Red Wings one.
Now, if you got those framed with a nice black frame and a triangle, that would look so sweet. Glass over it, matted. Now you're going to spend $400 per frame, but to me, it's worth it. Or you might be able to go to like Michael's.
Not framing a cardboard pennant. Look at this. There's a restaurant in Altoona called
Altoona. Just right down the road from me.
Take that to them. Sell it to them for $1 million.
No, everybody's laughing at me because of the frame, because I want my pennants framed.
Yeah, I would never
call me
frame
a cake eater. Well,
Megan calls them flags, and I had to be like, they're pennants.
Flags. How about this one? This one I've never seen one like this before. This one is for the Windsor Heights, Clive, and Des Moines Little League.
And they only call it Windsor on there. They don't say Windsor Heights. They say Windsor, Clive, Des Moines Little League.
That was before it got big. Before it grew up.
Before
when did Windsor annex Heights?
When did they annex the Heights? So anyway, yeah, that's just a portion of my pennant collection. Yeah.
Go to Hobby Lobby and get a pennant frame.
Dude, I'm not gonna frame the pennants.
I'm just trying
jerseys, I wanted to get framed. The pennants I didn't care about. My dad has the Michael Jordan poster where he's holding the basketball, the wingspan.
Oh yeah, that's
cool
cool.
To get framed.
Yeah, that deserves to be framed.
Yeah.
The Jordan posters that I have that I would like to get framed are all beat up, but they were the Wheaties posters. So Wheaties, you used to buy the Wheaties boxes with Jordan on the front, and then you would get a poster. I chugged through so many Wheaties because I had to eat them. My mom was like, if you don't eat one box, I'm not buying you another one. And I had, you could get the same poster a couple of times, so you had to buy. Dude, I spent a summer eating gravel.
I've never had Wheaties.
What?
You're not missing anything, dude.
Never had Wheaties.
Have you ever had just regular dry cornflakes?
No, I don't think so.
Then you're not missing anything.
You've never had cornflakes? You've never had Wheaties?
No, I had my grandparents had honey bunches of oats. I remember that one. And then my dad and my mom, we always had Raisin Bran.
Okay, so
Love me some
imagine
Raisin Bran.
Imagine Raisin Bran without the raisins, just the bran. That's Wheaties.
Okay.
Got a little different taste to it, but
yeah,
no, it's
a little
not.
bit
There's
but
worse.
I'm just trying to find the best thing for it. You know what I mean? That's the closest I can come to it.
Yeah.
So,
were we wrong at all today, Justin?
Not necessarily. I'm just shocked when you were doing all the trivia questions with Ross, you didn't bring this one up. So Fernando Mendoza becomes the first quarterback since who to win the Heisman, the national championship, and be undefeated all in the same year?
Tebow?
Nope.
Joe Burrow.
Correct.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. I went back too far.
And then the last one is, I just have a question for you guys. So you brought up like everyone beats Oregon. Is Dana Altman on the hot seat?
Travis, this is for you.
Hot seat, not. He won't get fired after this year, but I'd say next year would be, you need to get back to the NCAA tournament and go deeper. They have some injury situations. I'm going to make a prediction, though. I'm not saying they're going to go to the NCAA tournament. They're going to get better by the end of the year. I mean, they're going to be like, God, I don't want to play Oregon right now because they're playing so well. That's just, Dana does that. I don't think he's on the hot seat yet. I could see him retiring. I don't know if he likes, like a lot of coaches who are old school, they just don't like the change, having to peddle the money, not knowing what you're paying for, and striking out, right?
Well, it's like McDermott. Didn't he announce he's like going to retire either this year or next year?
Well, he says he's going to retire. He hasn't really put a time frame on it, but I could see after the performance of Owen Freeman this year and the money they're paying Owen Freeman not to play any minutes. He didn't play any minutes at Providence the other day.
I could do that.
Sign me up for 0
I could do
minutes.
that. I could do that really good.
So, yeah, it's hot seat. I mean, he did, but it is, what have you done for me lately? Sure, you went to the Final Four, but that's almost 10 years ago now. What have you done for me lately? But he's won 20 games every year he's been there. This would be the first time he's never won 20 games in 16 years.
That's incredible.
Yes.
So you've got a leash.
You do have a leash.
Wow.
Justin?
I couldn't do that.
We're talking about
do
2
you
wins.
do?
We're talking about
What-
2 wins tomorrow, right?
What do you do? When you say you couldn't do that, what do you do?
I'm a people person. I work with people.
People like me.
People like me.
Hey, follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and X. You'll be able to see some of our clips throughout the day. Justin gets those done for us. We appreciate that. Iowa State in action tonight. Iowa, we'll be talking about both those games tomorrow. Thanks for joining us today, everybody. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Drive into 2026 in style with a brand new Cadillac from Willis Cadillac. We have a large selection of EVs, and you can get 2.9% APR to 60 months on Optic, Lyric, and Vistic. And for eligible Costco members, you can get up to $1,250 in incentives on select Optic, Lyric, and Vistic. We have up to $2,000 in bonus cash for owners of qualifying non-Cadillac vehicles. Stop into our showroom or check us out online at williscadillac.com.
Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.